Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of September 17th. Before we get started, let's as always give special shout out to Patreon subscribers, Mario Casillas and Rep Pally Rocks. Thank you guys so much, I appreciate it. And now, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on this week. So this week, we do have a few things going on. We have the release of Mythic difficulty of the raid, Nurbar Palace. We have the release of the story mode of the raid, should also be released. And we have the second wing of the raid finder should be released. So if you're just straight story mode person, this is the week for you. If you're a Mythic Raider, this is the week for you. And if you're an LFR person, these are still time gated, unfortunately, but the second wing will be released here. So we have more of the raid developing. We also expect that the quest, there's normally like a quest to defeat the final boss or whatever. This will likely be released if that still exists. There is normally a quest to do so, and you should probably be able to complete it in story mode too, I would think. And so that should probably be released if that is going to exist. So that'll be another raid specific thing. We also have the release of Mythic Plus and the Mythic Plus season. This obviously is what a very large percent of the community does. However, there are Mythic dungeons to do now and delves and all that. But Mythic Plus will be released, so this will be the same dungeons as Mythic Zero. We're just going to do them on Mythic Plus. Obviously, we changed Mythic Plus affixes. I don't think I'll cover at the beginning of these videos going forward if we know the exact Xalatath affix for the week, unless it can change per dungeon. I'm not even completely sure how the Xalatath affixes work, but if there is like a set thing for them, we'll still cover those at the beginning of the video like we normally did back with the old affix system. So we'll wait and see on that, and we'll cover them from there as far as the affixes go. So we'll have Mythic Plus starting, and remember, after you get to like plus 12 or something like that, I believe it's plus 12, you no longer even really have affixes. The dungeon is just much harder, and it's just purely competitive at that point. Another change to mention, if you are a high-end player, you will have to do like plus 10s, I believe, to get your gear. It's no longer plus 7s to get your crest. I believe it was in Dragonflight. It was like 7 or 8s. But now you'll have to do plus 10s. It might be plus 9 or 10, but you will have to take a step up in difficulty if you do want to farm up the most powerful gear, right? It's going to be a little bit harder than normal to do so. So that's kind of like the Mythic Plus and where we are with Mythic Plus. We also have a PvP brawl for this week, Cooking Impossible, not one of my favorite ones. We also have some time walking going on, so there'll be a time walking quest. It'll probably reward a normal raid piece. I think maybe once it rewarded a heroic raid piece, but I believe it's going to be normal, and I believe that this should be Burning Crusade time walking. So one of the faster ones to do. I always kind of judge them by the speed in which I can do them, honestly. And the Burning Crusade one's actually one of the faster ones. Those dungeons are extremely linear and very straightforward, in my opinion. So that can be pretty easy to do. If it rewards a piece of gear, whether it's for your main, for your alt. If it was normal raid gear, honestly, I think it should be like Warband bound or something like that. I think that would be cool. If it's heroic, I would see why you might not want to do that. But if it's just normal raid gear, I think a Warband bound would be pretty cool for that. We will also later on in the week have Pirates Day. Nothing big here. They did release like a little some sort of a pet or a saddle or something for dragon flying mounts last year on Pirates Day. So I'll be interested to see if that's still there. I believe it might have just cost a ton of gold or something like that. It was down in Booty Bay. If I'm correct on this, it was down in Booty Bay. You can check that out if you like. It's just a little, for fun, little mini holiday. We have the end of the Harvest Festival coming up on Friday. So if you haven't done Harvest Festival, which if you've been too busy in the game, you probably didn't, but there is a Harvest Festival to do towards the end of the week. And one of my favorite holidays starts, which is Brewfest. So Brewfest is one of my favorite ones. That'll be starting up. And, there's tons of stuff to do there. They added a little bit more last year. It wasn't too overwhelming what they added. I believe I did a video on it because I was pretty excited about it because it's one of my favorite holidays in-game, right? My favorite holiday in real life is definitely probably Christmas, but in-game, Brewfest is one of my favorite ones, mostly just because I play dwarf characters historically. I play all kinds of characters, but my first character was a dwarf character, and this one currently is, even though he's been multiple things. So I've always liked Brewfest. I like just going Ironforge and stuff like that as an Alliance player. and doing that. So Brewfest will be taking place as well. There is tons of stuff to do there. I believe there's also, so you can do Dire Brew thing. You can queue for Corn Dire Brew. I believe there was a Brewfest mount saddle as well, which I did get that one. And that's just an RNG drop off of Dire Brew. So you just go, if you don't know, you just go to the group finder, and then you just, down here there'll be another option, and you can just click on Corn Dire Brew and do that. So that's another thing you can do this week. As for me, had a very just I mean, this whole expansion's been busy, really. I've been playing so much because I'm enjoying it so much. World of Warcraft is one of those things where if it's fun and you're enjoying it, and it's not to say that it's fun and enjoyable for everybody, but if you are having fun and enjoying it, man, you could really sink a lot of time into this game. And I am tired because obviously I'm like playing a lot at nighttime when I have free time. My sleep time's turning into free time apparently, and yeah, I'm having a lot of fun playing a lot. But yeah, the basically for this week, I got pretty good gear and stuff like that. We almost got AOTC on first week. We didn't quite get there. We got some final phase pulls and stuff like that. I got to see the whole fight, but we didn't quite get it down, unfortunately. Cleared normal, obviously. Should just roll over heroic and new gear this week and move on to Mythic. As far as my videos go this week, what I'm planning on doing is I will, like today, maybe even before you watch this, I will have a vault video out. I know people like these a lot, so I want to mention this. I normally don't do them a lot. So opening of the vault, right? These are very popular on YouTube. People ask for them all the time. I do these at the beginning of seasons when I actually have a good chance to get an upgrade. I don't like doing them later on in seasons, even if they still get views or anything like that, because I just want to be genuinely excited when I open my vault, and I don't want to just, I don't know, maybe people think it's funny if you don't get what you want and you're just sad or something. I guess I could see that being compelling to some people or whatever. But yeah, basically after the first few weeks I stopped doing them, but I will force myself to remember to do a vault opening video today as well when the servers come up. So I will be doing that. And then I also, as far as things I have planned to do, I want to do a Mythic Plus video where I talk more specifically about Mythic Plus. I always try to rope it into my general guide video, but Mythic Plus is just so different from Raid that I think it kind of deserves its own video. I've tried to do this before, at least once before, I think. And yeah, I'll focus more solely on Mythic Plus, maybe even talk about each dungeon a little bit, about like maybe what could be different, what you could do different and stuff like that. Obviously, also, we're waiting to see impact of ret nerfs. Will we play Templar with pure single target after ret nerfs? You'll still likely, or you 100% still play Herald of the Sun and Mythic Plus. But I will talk about specific scenarios maybe where you want it in that video, in the Mythic Plus video. So plan on doing Mythic Plus video, definitely a Vault video, and we'll see other than that what all we get to. But I'm super excited, still having a lot of fun. We raided a ton this week just for fun, like just with random people. Like our tanks couldn't sign on, so we had random people tanking and stuff, but like other guildies, but just playing tank just so we could keep raiding, just because we were having fun doing stuff. So expect this week to be more of the same. Tons of Mythic Plus will get done. Some delves will get done just to fill up my vault probably. And then obviously there's no guarantee we kill any Mythic bosses depending on time, but probably maybe 1 or 2 Mythic bosses killed this week as well, at least for my guild. So very much looking forward to this week myself. So that's where we'll end this one. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because it helps me out a lot. If you're already a subscriber, I encourage you to check out the Patreon. Other than that, everybody, have a good one.